Hill SDA Adventist Church is celebrating 100 years.
It is day 38.
Hi, Dr. Prophet. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing fine, thank you. It's not as hot out as before. It's cooled down now, but last week was very, very hot. But it's comfortable.
Okay. Where are you located?
I'm in Baltimore City.
Baltimore. Okay. Nice.
Not too far from Johns Hopkins School of Medicine and hospital and School of Public Health. So I'm in the academic environment around here and healthcare. Those are the prominent two. Plus the harbor, not too far, and we have a park. So I'm downtown, about a mile from the center and heart of Baltimore City.
Okay, nice. Now, for the younger persons like myself who wouldn't know you, so can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your connection with Hill SDA Church?
Well, my connection to Hill goes back to the late 60s when I was an intern with Pastor Noel Bailey. We have the same first name. He was Noel Bailey, Noel Bradford. I think he came in from Rosette area and I came in from Hillaby. That's where I was living. So we were away from the parish, but our parish extended from Orange Hill to Spicestown to Mile of Water and over to Cave Hill, and then by extension, Bosco Bell. Born Seventh-day Adventist, raised and went to CUC in the day. Also went to Andrews University and Loma Linda. Andrews, I continued with my theology training. But at Loma Linda, I did public health. And then I went on to the University of Maryland, did my doctorate, and also Johns Hopkins, not too far from where I am, where I did postdoctoral studies in health policy and management. And since then, I have been involved with health and ministry. At one time, after I did my internship, I was also fortunate to be, after I did my master's at Andrews, I came back to Barbados and pastored Caneville, as well as the churches in Christchurch and St. Philip and St. George. So once again, in turn, I had three parishes, and as in charge of that district, I had Christchurch and also St. Philip and St. George. So as a youngster, I had my parents, were Adventists. My father, he started as a colporteur, and then he went into full-time ministry. So, as they said, I was a pastor's kid, and I had some good days coming up in Barbados and also the ministry. And that was my connection to Cave Hill as an intern. I didn't do any pastoral work beyond that in the St. Lucie area.
Okay. So how many years were you the intern then?
Well, typically 2 years. That was the length of the internship at that time. I guess it is still the same 2 years. And while I was at USC as director of graduate studies and research, we had some of the Barbadian students coming over to do theology. So the Sobers is one. Then we have some others, Blackman. I was at USC when they were there. So we still have some graduates of USC who are now pastoring in Barbados.
Yes, indeed.
Ministry. And then I used to be the director of health ministry for the Caribbean Union. So I have given my years of service to the work in the Caribbean.
Okay, nice. That's very good to hear.
Yeah.
All right, can you recall any memorable moments while being the intern at KFL? Now, KFL went through a transition process where the church does not look like what it looks like now. So do you remember like what it looked like before versus now?
The before and after that transition, I think the spirit of Cave Hill was interesting in that you had a mixture of engagement by the older folks like the Boyces and the Rocks and the Johnsons and the Graham, and then you have the young people taking charge of a number of things. And I remember the Harvest Festival. But in terms of the structure itself, of course, during 100 years, the structure would have been renovated, and I'm very proud of what it looks like now. We didn't have much of a parking that you have now then, but you still had a solid church. It was not a wooden church like some other churches. Cave Hill always had that sturdiness about it in terms of a facility, and I'm glad that it has been modernized, but it was always representative of a progressive church structure within the organization.
Okay, nice.
So there was what I would consider pride of place relative to the Cave Hill Church.
Okay. All right. So can you tell us, how does it feel to know that a church you interned, especially in your younger days, is now at 100 years?
I feel proud to know that the tradition, the Adventist tradition, has survived in one place. That is, you didn't move from Cave Hill to go over to possibly another part of St. Lucie, as some churches do. So the standard bearer, Cave Hill remains Cave Hill. Boscobel has gone through some more radical changes than Cave Hill. But in terms of the location, it has remained a fixture in the community. And I think sometimes I look at Cave Hill as the spiritual center of St. Lucie, just like you have Cave Hill, the academic center of St. Michael. And those two Cave Hills, I think, are playing a tremendous role in the lives of the Barbadian population. And St. Lucie, as a parish, has made great strides in the development of Barbados. And I think when you look at Cave Hill, some of the members have also made a great contribution to the social development of Barbados. So I think that Cave Hill, as a church, as a lighthouse, has retained much of the witness that I think a standard bearer would have maintained over the years. So I think over the years, it has continued to be a great influence. I could call it Cave Hill Church to be a center of influence in St. Lucie and its tentacles throughout the length and breadth of Barbados. I think most people, when you talk about Cave Hill, they would have fond memories of the church and the contribution the church is making to the life of Cave Hill residents and also to Barbados.
Great, that's interesting. Thank you for that. All right, and what encouraging or motivational words would you like to, wonderful words I should say, would you like to leave with the members, especially the young people at Cave Hill?
When you say wonderful words, it's almost singing a song, like telling them wonderful words of life. What I would say to the young people in Cave Hill, that Cave Hill should continue to be an integrated church. You don't have the young people and the older people. I think the tendency sometimes is to have a young camp and an older camp. But I think intergenerational mixing would be my preferred kind of existence as a congregation. And the young people, they have a future to continue the tradition of Cave Hill, and they have an opportunity to generate the greater influence than what we might have had over the past 100 years, because each generation brings a uniqueness to the life of the congregation. So the young people today have a unique position through media like you are doing now, I would hope that this would not be a one-off thing, that the use of social media and the use of Zoom would generate a renewed interest in the message, and that the KFL Church itself could have it. But possibly you might have, I don't know, but you might have your own podcast and your own light on the hill. And we know that the young people are very much interested in technology. The gospel according to technology is one of the things, the great contributions. And I think that even young people who are, 8 and 9 years old, they find technology to be a source of inspiration and wonder. So I think that technology can be used by the young people to advance the cause, and at the same time develop skills and competencies that would enhance the spread of the gospel. So I would encourage young people to experience the intergenerationalness that would contribute to their well-being, and also that they can use their skills and competencies, especially in the media and technology, to have a greater influence, because technology has a way of extending your voice beyond your parish into the global sphere. So you can globalize KFL through technology, and I think that would be a great contribution of the young people to differentiate them from the old generation by globalizing the influence of KFL.
Yes, agreed. And this is part of our globalization, where we are conducting this interview with you, and we plan to share it on our YouTube channel, where persons from around the world can see it, and persons would have commented on one of our videos, as I told you before. I said, well, I remember this young pastor, Noah Brathwaite, and it was like, who is Noah Brathwaite? Like, I don't know. So it's so nice to meet you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Rowena.
And we definitely want to see you celebrating with us this year or even next year. So we have a lot of events coming out in October. I'm sure our elders shared them with you.
Send me the invitation, and I will certainly respond, because KFL is a part of my history. Mm-hmm. And I would wish that, as it is a part of your history now and a part of your life, that I would continue to shed greater light within the community of Barbados and across the world, and become an international center of influence. That's my wish for KFL, and we celebrate with you, KFL, and we look forward to your spreading the word throughout your region and across the globe.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Brathwaite. Thank you. It was a pleasure. And we do want to say thank you to you. And we do wish you God's continuous blessings, especially in your ministry as well.
Thank you, Rowena. And I would want to commend you on your ministry and even your work in the banking sector. And we know that the church needs resources to continue to spread this mission. And you can influence resource acquisition to spread the gospel. Thank you for your work.
Yes, please. Thank you so very much.
Sure. Okay, to KFL.